right, we haven't done one of these in a while. While we weren't looking, Hollywood has churned out an entry of a franchise that we've covered upon this very program, The Franchise, hosted by Your Honor himself, Daniel Ehrenberg. And over there in Alabama, here's Logan B. Adair. What was that? I can't see anything. What are those fuzzy lines in the distance? Let me glance upon them further. Now watch this. 3 lines upon my forehead. 3 lights upon my forehead in the shape of a triangle. Get down! All right, a predator's after me. What a bit. Logan brought in sound effects this week.
Oh yeah.
Like he's like Jackie the Joke Man, or wait, who was it? Fred? I'm trying to think of who did the sound effects on Howard Stern.
I'm not sure. Beetlejuice. That's all I know.
Probably Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Who's the woman? He had a woman every episode.
Robin Quivers.
She's
cool. Still there. Don't talk about Robin in the past tense. She's still showing up every morning in that studio, laughing at Howard's great jokes.
That's like, wow. Imagine that's your life. Like you get that gig. That's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. You know, she came pretty close to being Gene Siskel's replacement.
Why? Why is she a big deal?
Well, Howard was a big thing at the time. Howard Stern and Robin was his sidekick. And
did she have a thing before him?
She was just like the newswoman. Like she was just the regular news reader on a radio station, and so she would like read the news during the Howard Stern show, and Howard took a liking to her and like took her to his next gig.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I don't know why we're talking about this, but Robin Quivers used to do like movie reviews and movie news on the Howard Stern show, and so when Gene Siskel died, Roger Ebert brought her in as a potential replacement.
What do you think about her opinions?
I thought she was pretty good, you know, and it was pretty progressive at the time. Like, you know, Roger Ebert was married to a black lady, so I think like he wanted to push that forward, but ultimately he chose another white dude.
No. Was she better or worse than Gene?
Worse than Gene, but probably better than Richard Roper turned out to be.
All right, well that's pretty good. Had no idea.
Who gives a shit about Richard Roper? Now that Siskel and Ebert are both dead, is anyone like hanging on Richard Roper's words?
No.
Like he's the next logical step. Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert are dead. Prey is out. What did Roper think?
Who is there? Is there a guy today?
I don't think there's one guy. I think that's why people are just obsessed with Rotten Tomatoes, that aggregation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a movie can't really get off the ground without being fresh.
Is that still a thing? That was for like a long time. From like 2013 to 2017. Like you had to be fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think a movie can be a rotten hit, but I do think that it affects people. Like I think people are more likely to go see a movie that's got a good Rotten Tomato rating.
I agree with you.
You know, I was watching yesterday. It's so fucking weird. Peacock. You know this streaming service, Peacock?
Yeah. Wait, are you saying you were watching a movie yesterday or you watched the movie yesterday?
I was watching a movie on Peacock.
Oh, and you haven't revealed the title yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Right. So the movie was They, Them, which is a horror movie that takes place at a gay conversion camp.
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon is the star, yeah. And so I was interested in the film. I go to turn it on. It's a Peacock original movie, you know? So clearly Peacock wants me to be watching this. Mm-hmm. Peacock has a weird thing where when you click on one of their movies, the first thing it does is give you the Rotten Tomatoes score and the audience score.
You're right.
Which is fine. That's fine. But like, if you're trying to get me to watch your content, if it's got a really bad score, it doesn't look good. So like They, Them is a Peacock original movie. And everybody this weekend that is clicking on Peacock immediately sees that the Rotten Tomatoes score is like 28% and the audience score is like 15%. So like before I even start this movie, I'm like, which I was totally interested in, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm watching a shitty movie.
Yeah, that really doesn't seem like a bright idea.
Peacock, take that out of there, man.
Yeah.
It's putting things off on a bad foot.
Especially like HBO's going down. If they make the right moves right now, who knows what could happen.
Netflix and HBO Max are in disarray, Peacock. It's time to make your move.
Yeah.
And here you are just going like, hey, we made a movie. It's terrible. Want to see it? Yeah.
What else? What other originals do they have? I feel like I never hear about Peacock originals.
What do they have? Rutherford Falls. That's a TV show. Are you talking about movies or just in general?
Anything. What do they got?
All I know, the one thing I liked on Peacock a lot was Angeline, which was a miniseries with Emmy Rossum, and I also liked their Dr. Death, which was about Joshua Jackson doing surgeries poorly.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they've had like what's been like the biggest hit on Peacock?
They them maybe.
I mean, not if people see that score, bro. Because I almost shut it off right there.
What'd you think though?
It was bad. The people are right.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Here's original films. Here's every Peacock original film so far. Psych 2, Lassie Come Home. Curious George, two Curious George movies, another Psych movie, a Real Housewives
Psych,
movie.
like from the show?
Yep.
Okay. What was the subtitle?
Psych.
Homeward Bound?
Psych 2, Lassie Come Home, and Psych 3, This Is Gus. Oh, is that like This Is Us?
What?
Yeah. And then there's a Days of Our Lives Christmas movie, and then They Them. So I don't know what Peacock's doing.
I don't know.
All right, great stuff. Now we're talking about Prey today. That wasn't on Peacock. That's on Hulu. And it's been an enormous hit.
Really? Yeah. People love it.
People love it, and a lot of people are watching it, and it's led to a question here.
Yeah.
How are they making money off this thing?
Well, I assume they sold it to Hulu, right?
They did, but now it's been such a hit for Hulu that I think they're taking a look at themselves and going like, did we fuck up? I think people wanted to see this.
I mean, I did look up numbers. I couldn't really find anything about this movie. I don't know like what it cost or anything.
Well, I mean, I'm just going by an article in the Hollywood Reporter this week and like going like, where's the profit? Like this is a rare thing. Like usually when movies put things on when streaming services put movies out, either it's original content like They Them, which is fine. They're just trying to get eyes on the streaming service. Or it's a movie like this, where a studio didn't have full confidence in a property, and so they sold it off to a streaming service. And who does that benefit? Like the streaming service is getting eyes on it, I guess, but they also like ponied up a lot of cash for this thing. That's fine. But then the studio, they just walk away with that cash and they're like, but I feel like with this, they might be leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, think about like Warner Brothers right now. Like they pulled Batgirl from their schedule. They made a whole Batgirl movie and then just didn't release it. Like so that's $90 million that they're just saying fuck it to because they don't think that movie's gonna make money. It just seems crazy that like studios are throwing movies away.
Yeah.
At this point.
I have no idea what it costs like for Hulu to buy this movie. I assume this movie costs like $50 million to make or whatever. And if they sold it to Hulu for like $20 million,
I personally have $3,000 in my bank account right now. Okay, I struggle. I live paycheck to paycheck, and you've got studios making movies for $90 million and not releasing them, just throwing $90 million away on shit.
Right. I would rather sell that to Hulu for $20 million and lose 70 million than 90 million.
Well, the thing with Warner Brothers is they're really trying to like refocus and like make sure they're only releasing good movies, and they claim that this Batgirl is bad and it would probably damage the brand. But how much more can you damage the brand at this point?
like starting now, like when are they going to start with that? Why not release one more and then start after that?
Yeah, I mean, they've been damaging it for years. At least put out the one with a black lady in it.
Yeah, and when it's made, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, none of that makes sense.
Let's talk about Prey, man. So,
yes.
Yeah, this is a new Pred movie. And we didn't know it until like last year that it was coming. But it was announced. 20th Century Fox started working on this during the making of 2018's The Predator, which you'll recall. Now, yes, Logan, you weren't with us when we covered the Predator films.
Correct.
Any of the previous ones. So, which of them have you seen?
Well, I just watched the first one like last week.
For the first time. So tell us what you thought about that.
I mean, what's not to like? It's just like the best looking, not the best looking, but like the coolest looking people in a jungle fighting an invisible predator.
Right. And then it ends with the stuff with the mud. That's all good.
And when he talks to him, he's like, that's fucking cool. And then laughs at him.
I missed that in this one.
What, the talking?
Yeah, the way predators, like, they usually mimic people that they're hunting, like to try and freak them out. Like, oh, it's like humans talking, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's none of that in this one.
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't think about it because I only seen the one movie. But
could they have done that? Or is that a skill that predators developed later in life, having spent more time with humanity?
Well, I don't know, because like in this movie, even we learned that they've been around forever.
That's right. All right, so let's walk you through it. You saw the first Predator movie, 1987. That comes out. A couple years later, they make Predator 2. Predator 2 confuses everything, Logan, because it takes place in a dystopian future world of 1997. And the Predator's back in like an urban environment, and Danny Glover's fighting him. I feel like now there's been enough Predator movies where we can almost pretend that one doesn't exist.
Well, can I say, I actually really like that this movie is called Prey and that they don't call it Predator. Well, I mean, you can't call it anything. You can't call it Predator. I mean, you could, because every movie just goes back to like Child's Play. But you can't call it Predator. You can't call it Predator 2. You can't call it Predators. You can't call it The Predator. Like, they've made every single title possible.
They've done all the variations.
I like that they just like go out on a limb and do Prey. That's cool.
What about Predator with a Vengeance?
No, I don't like Predator Origins. I don't like that. Like,
you know what they should have done? Put a hyphen. Just call it Predator, but put a hyphen after Predator.
What
do you think of that? It's like a prequel.
It's really stupid, but I like it.
Thank you.
What about Predator Comanche Crusade?
I hate it. But now, I mean, it's funny because when Predators came out, you could see what they were doing. It was Alien, and then they made Aliens. Now it's Predator, and they made Predators. What would you do for Alien with this title convention? Is it Alien Citizen?
Human, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Prey. 20th Century Fox gets going on this baby. This was a weird case where like they weren't really looking for a new one. I mean, I guess they're always looking for a new Predator movie because those make money. But this was gone in. Like a writer and director went in and pitched this to 20th Century Fox. Okay. The Predator was in development with Shane Black, so I guess they figured, hey, Predator movies.
And what were your thoughts on that movie again? You didn't like it?
No, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Pretty good. I think it's better than the other Predator sequels. Oh wait, so after the Danny Glover one, that's the third one? No, they did the Alien versus Predator movies
before Predators.
Before Predators, yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, you're right.
And then Predators came out, and then The Predator, which is the worst of the franchise.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and now here we have.
Don't
Prey.
people like Predators?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay. You like Predators too.
I prefer Predators to this movie, frankly.
Oh wow. I thought you'd be into this movie.
Yeah, I thought I would be too.
Oh. I mean, it's sort of like a coming of age Predator movie.
Yeah, taking place in the 1700s with Native Americans.
Yeah, I guess that's a hurdle for you.
Yeah, that's a hurdle. So look, here we have Prey. Dan Trachtenberg. We just talked about him, the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Apparently, he went into the studio with a writer buddy of his, Patrick Ason, and they just pitched this exact movie to 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox fucking dug it. So they basically immediately put it into development. And the original plan, as it was pitched to 20th Century Fox by Trachtenberg and Ason, was that they were just going to call the movie Skulls. Okay? And they were never going to say it was a Predator movie. Like, it was going to get released under the title Skulls. Whoa. And then, like, the weekend the movie came out, people would go see it and be like, "That's oh my God, it's a fucking Predator movie."
Love it.
Yeah. So while 20th Century Fox loved the idea, they also felt like, actually, it wasn't even 20th Century Fox that felt this way. Ultimately, what ends up happening is 20th Century Fox got bought by Disney. And Disney sees they've got a Predator movie on the docket, and they were like, yeah, we're going to promote that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Disney knows how to handle franchises.
So they changed it from Skulls to Prey? They were like, you got to change it?
I don't know that they changed the title, but they definitely took it upon themselves to announce that it was a Predator movie.
Oh, they ruined all the fun for those guys.
Yeah. Last year on Disney Plus Day, do you remember that?
No.
Everyone was so excited about it.
How did I miss that?
Disney Plus Day, and Disney like announced like a million things. It was like when they were like, "There's gonna be an Obi-Wan Kenobi show."
Oh, I do
and
remember.
There's gonna be one with that Rogue One guy, and then there's gonna be a Miss Marvel. You're gonna be loving it.
Yeah, and Cassian Andor. You're gonna love that show, everybody.
I said that one already.
Oh, you said
but anyway, fucking
okay.
Yeah. So they fucking did it. They announced that it was gonna be a Predator movie, and that it was going to debut on Disney Plus overseas, because here we don't trust that adults can handle streaming services. So it finally came out last week, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like really recently.
Yeah, last week, I think.
Yeah. You said
August
you couldn't 5th. Find August 5th. Well done. I couldn't find a budget on this either.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Apparently, it's been a big hit for Hulu. Lots of people streaming it. It's getting really great reviews. I think it's probably going to lose a lot of technical awards at the Oscars to Top Gun Maverick. So good for
definitely.
it. Yeah.
Like everyone you can think of.
Yeah, every single one.
Unless there's one the best Predator.
Which I don't think there is.
Miles Teller could secretly win that one. Who knows?
Is Miles Teller a Predator?
That's why it's secret. Who knows?
Oh! You're saying Top Gun? Yeah, they're always in the running. Yeah. Thank God the Flash isn't coming out this year, or else that would definitely win the Best Predator award.
Mm-hmm. Did they make that or no?
Yeah, that's coming out.
But did they already make it, and they're like, it has to come out, or are they going forward with making it?
Not only did they already make the entire movie, but they decided they needed some reshoots, and they actually managed to get Ezra Miller in during all of this to do reshoots.
Holy cow, during all of this.
Yeah. They're just fine with that. They're totally fine with him kidnapping children.
I'm not going to watch that one. Unless there's a sequel, I'm not going to watch that one.
I don't think I will. I mean, maybe I will. Just it seems like such a train wreck.
I don't know if I will. Who's making it? Who directed that?
I believe the dude who did the first It movie, or maybe both It movies.
Andy Muschietti?
Yeah, that guy.
Wow, doing a Flash movie.
I'm pretty sure. That's off
I don't
the
know
dome.
if I like that guy or not.
Well, who can tell from It? I mean, the second one was fucking horrible.
Horrible. Oh my God. When I think about having to watch that movie again.
I know. I think about that too.
Jesus. That should have been one
Yeah.
movie.
It's going to be brutal. I think a lot about that and Doctor Sleep, about having to rewatch both.
Never
of those
saw
movies.
it. I'm excited for that. I'm
it's
very
so
excited.
bad. I fucking hated it.
I'm excited for that.
All right. Well, we'll get to it, I guess.
Mhm.
All right. So Prey, let's talk about it. It takes place in 1718. Is that right?
No clue. Early 1700s.
17 something. And it's in the northern plains of America.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got the Comanche Indians.
Yes.
I'm allowed to say Indians, according to Martha.
Yes.
And they, and it's just they're living an idyllic lifestyle, untouched by man and alien.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are. So it's basically about this one Comanche. She's the lead of the movie, Naru. Yeah. Now she's played by Amber Midthunder.
Yeah. I saw your review and you loved her.
I'm a big Amber Midthunder. First of all, the name.
Who isn't?
How about that name?
Great name.
Amber Midthunder.
We just talked about DJ Lightning Cloud. This is a little like that.
Great point. All right. So Amber Midthunder, I'm predisposed not to like her because she's a NEP actress.
Oh, really?
Her father's a Native American actor that you've probably seen and stuff before.
Can I bring something up?
Yeah.
I might edit this out because who cares? But James Gandolfini's parents, were like, one was his dad was like a janitor and his mom was a lunch lady.
Yeah, you got to feel good about that.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini,
you don't have to edit that out. That's nice.
Okay. Cool.
I didn't know that. That's a good fact.
Okay, cool.
All right. But Amber Midthunder, she proves me wrong by being good. Now, I was a fan of hers prior to this movie.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? I feel like I'd never heard her really mentioned in public before, and now here she is getting all this praise, and I'm proud of her. I first saw her on the show Legion on FX, but
okay.
The thing that really got me into Amber Midthunder, besides her name, is she was on the show Roswell, New Mexico on the CW. Okay?
Yeah, the CW, you're hooked.
Well, I don't really watch the CW much anymore. I don't like their app and too many commercials. But I stuck with Dynasty and Riverdale. We're still going on those. But Roswell, New Mexico, I watched the first 2 seasons of because I was a big fan of Roswell, not New Mexico.
The other show?
There was a Roswell show from the WB in the late 90s.
Right.
And then that was remade as Roswell, New Mexico. They were like, what if we did that, but with a lot of Latino people? Because then we can use that as a metaphor for aliens.
I believe you say Latinx.
No, I believe they actually hate that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I think Latino is male.
I believe Latino is for male and female.
I thought that's what Latinx was.
But when it's female specificity, it's Latina. No, Latinx is a made-up word by white people.
Oh, why? I'm not up to the times.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We thought it was woke until they all informed us, no, we actually fucking hate that.
We're so lame.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. So Amber Midthunder, she's in the first season of Roswell, New Mexico as a recurring character. And I remember really early on, episode 1 or 2, I'm already like, this Midthunder's got it.
Well,
they've got to make her a regular. Lock down Midthunder. What are you doing with this recurring character shit? So they did. Season 2, they lock her down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, good for you guys. You knew it. You knew what you had. You knew you were Midthunder and you needed to capture the lightning. All right. So I just came up with that, Logan. Wasn't that good?
That was great, yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. All right. So I was into Midthunder. And I think she's still on that show. I don't watch it anymore, but they locked her down. She's got to do episodes of it.
Well, not soon she won't be. She's going to break through.
Yeah, I guarantee you, she's gonna request them to kill her off.
Do they do that on that show?
I mean, they could. She was actually dead, at the beginning of that show, and then she turned up alive. In the first season, she's only in flashbacks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, how about that? All right. But here she is. Here she's the lead of Prey, and it isn't close. Like the movie's about her, and
well, it's about the Predator too.
I mean, he doesn't have any dialogue.
Is Predator's second lead or is her brother's second lead?
Her brother's second lead. Yeah, I noticed this. Yeah, the Predator's third build.
Okay.
Played by a fellow named Dane DeLegro. I believe he's a new Predator for us.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. We'll begin the Dane DeLegro era of the franchise. Yeah. All right. So she wants to be a hunter.
Yes, right.
That's the whole thing.
But they don't really believe in her
because she's a lady. It's the 1700s, you know.
Exactly.
A lot of progress had to happen. I mean, it's 2022 today. Abortion's still not legal. So, like,
yeah, we're going reverse.
Never underestimate how much this world fucking hates women. So she's,
sad.
Yeah, I know. So she wants to be a hunter, and they're letting, to the natives' credit, they are letting her go in with the hunting party and see what she can do.
Yeah, they're giving her a shot, kind of.
They're giving her a shot. It helps that her brother is like.
Leader.
Well,
that's
he's
more
not
nepotism too.
Is he master? There's one they keep calling like Master Hunter or something.
Probably, yeah, it's got to be him.
Yeah, he's probably. All right. He's
There's one guy that has a red mohawk. I fucking hated that guy.
Oh, I didn't mind him.
Really, he sucks. Especially the scene where he beats her up.
No, I'll tell you why I didn't mind him. Because too many of these characters look the same. Give a couple some defining characteristics. You know, it's like...
I think they all do. That's why they have paint on them. So you can tell them who...
No, that's why they have like a red mohawk or something. Like,
yeah, and one's like his whole body is painted black, and one has like the eye thing.
Yeah. All right.
I always do that. There's like 5 of them, and you can tell them all apart. Watch it again, you'll tell them apart.
I couldn't tell them apart, man. Come on. When you watch original Predator, it's not like I'm like, who's that, Carl Weathers or Jesse the Body? You can tell them apart.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Should have given one glasses, like Shane Black. Doesn't he have glasses?
I don't remember.
I think he has glasses in that movie.
Yeah, I forgot that he's in it. Shane Black's so weird.
That's kind of cool, right? How many other franchises where somebody's in the first movie and then like 30 years later they direct the sequel?
How many screenwriters have a body where they can like comfortably act in like a macho action movie?
Wasn't he the loser though?
Yeah, but like nobody's
making pussy jokes.
The other day, I was going down to my girlfriend. I said to her, "Jeez, you got a big pussy. Jeez, you got a big pussy." She said, "Why did you say that twice?" I said, "I didn't." See, it's because of the echo.
But nobody looked at Shane Black and was like, there was no way he'd be out there.
Yeah, I feel like if Richard Linklater was in it or something.
Yeah, we'd be like, who's that fucking skinny Texan? What's going on?
Yeah.
Tell me,
Ben Affleck would be the other guy.
What about Ben Affleck? Why'd you bring him up?
Well, he'd be like the other macho guy that could end up direct a movie.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Clint Eastwood? What about Clint Eastwood?
Well, these are actor directors. Like Shane Black got his start just as a writer.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's crazy. So let's talk about it. They go into the woods, and seems to me that an alien spaceship has landed in the woods.
Well, yeah, I have a question. Is he like? Is this the best Predator? Why was he dropped off? And why was he dropped off? Like, what's his goal?
Now, the Predators are just there they're hunters. That's all. So they want to discover new races, track down the number one best hunter of that race, and then face off to see who's the better hunter. All right?
That's its goal.
That's always its goal. That's what happens in Predator. They discovered Dutch is like the greatest human hunter. And so that's why like they're so blown away when Schwarzenegger beats him and he's like,
"Who the hell are you?"
Yeah, what are you or whatever it says. And yeah, so here we are. Like she's the hunter here. He picks her out. He realizes she's the best, Naru. even though she needs a leash for her axe.
But you think that makes her not good?
No, I just thought that was a funny line.
I like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah. What, did you love this movie?
No.
Oh, okay. You seem very high on it.
I liked it. It was good.
Listen, I liked it too. I don't want to talk too much shit. Most critics are saying this is the second best Predator movie, and I think that's likely true. If I watch it again, I might agree with you, but I just don't think it was an out of the box success in the way a lot of people do. I do think people are generally more willing to give a movie rope when it's doing interesting experimental things, like setting it in the past for a franchise that has always been fairly futuristic, and also having a Native American female lead is probably a big boon to this franchise in terms of optics.
Yes, and people really love 10 Cloverfield Lane, so I feel like people were going into this like already wanting to like it.
I don't know that anybody was thinking that about Dan Trachtenberg.
Really? I
Yeah.
feel like movie people were like, know that this guy hasn't really made anything else, and like that people are excited.
Maybe movie nerds are a little bit, but I think your average person that's tuning into like the new Predator movie on Hulu like probably doesn't give a shit.
No, I guess you're right about that.
Yeah, but I'm proud of him. It seems to me that as far as Hollywood is concerned, he's 2 for 2 now.
You like this less, I guess?
I like this less, but I do think this is a win for him in general.
Definitely.
And I'm excited to see what he does next.
I am too. Yeah, very excited.
So, what were some of your favorite action sequences in this one?
Ooh, well,
it's a pretty slow movie, and it's only an hour and 40 minutes, but like there are some nice spikes of action.
Well, you're right. It is a little slow, but I like sort of that we like keep checking back in with the Predator, where he like kills a snake, he jumps out of a tree.
Well,
hunts down a wolf,
you know what they're doing. I thought that sequence was fairly silly.
It is silly.
You see, what is it? It's like a bug. Like you see a spider first, and it like crawls across the Predator, and then and then it's eaten by a rat, right? And then you see the rat go scurrying off, and then a snake eats the rat, and then the Predator skins the snake, and it's just all it is.
It's the circle of life, D-Train.
It's the food chain. It's showing us the food chain as it exists, and the Predator is, of course, the apex predator.
Exactly.
That could be a title for a Predator.
That's good.
Just call it Apex.
Or why not Apex Predator? The whole goal is to get the marketing, the Predator thing in there. That's why I respect this one for doing Prey. So that's good.
No, they like simple titles. I think you call it Apex.
Has there not been a movie called Apex?
No.
Wow. All right. Apex.
That's the name of the building I work at.
I thought you shouldn't say that. Should I edit that out?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. You know what I liked? I liked the scene where he covers himself in the bear's blood, where he's invisible and then the blood goes all over the Predator and he's covered in the blood of a bear. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was all right.
No.
I was more into like the survival shit. Like the Predator for me, like this wasn't my favorite iteration of the Predator. I think he's camouflaged too much.
Okay.
Probably to save on makeup and effects.
It's a lot of effects.
Yeah, I guess. I think the movie is shot too dark to accommodate for visual effects, digital effects. Except for, the daylight shit, obviously. But
daylight stuff looks really good, I think.
The daylight stuff, I think, is the best part of the movie. I really think...
I don't like the CGI in this movie. There's a lot of CGI. Like in the Predator...
There's too much. Movies need to lean into daylight.
Okay.
I really believe that. It makes everything look a little realer.
All right, I'm fine.
Because we know what you're doing. If movies are too dark, we know it's just to accommodate for your shitty special effects.
That's why they had...
And I don't need to see them. I don't care about your digital effects. I've never once been impressed by a digital effect.
Never once?
Never fucking once.
Holy cow,
I'm impressed by dialogue and plot twists. Give me that. I sound like such a little whiner right now.
That's okay.
I guess. I've got you. You're the young guy.
What does that mean?
It's like this kind of thing. I feel like Henry used to whine about this stuff, and I'd get annoyed. Like digital, like too many special effects. And I'd be
I
like,
brought
"You're
it up. I
fucking
agree
old."
with you that there was too much in this movie.
Yeah, I guess. No, you're right. But
Rem-
too many animals too. They've never nailed animals. Digital animals don't look
What
good.
about The Revenant? That was pretty good.
No, that looks horrible. When the bear breathes at the camera and the camera fogs up, it's
Hell
one of the most
yeah, fucking
embarrassing moments of a Best Picture winner in motion picture history.
You know what I don't like?
Are-
I don't like when you're watching a movie that's normal otherwise, and then blood gets on the camera or dirt gets on the camera, and then you're like, what? What was that? Why did that happen? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. It's to make it realistic.
kinda weird.
J.J. Abrams loves that.
Yeah, he does love that. You're right about that.
Mhm. He's
Certain
really-
people like there'll just be like one part in a movie where like water gets on the camera.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
I know. I don't like it either. Hey, I like the part of this one where she gets stuck in that quicksand.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't. I did. Like it comes back, but like when it was happening, and there was no predator involved, I was like, this is a useless action scene. I guess it has to come back into play later, where like she's gonna be stuck and the predator's gonna be like coming after her, and it's real tense. But then it sort of flips it where she traps the predator in the mud, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good, Patrick. Way to go.
Yeah, man. I thought that sequence was scary, and Mid Thunder really. See, that's not digital effects. That's just like a relatable thing. The ground is swallowing her alive. Like that is just genuinely scary, and you don't.
But it
need
happens
to-
like 30 minutes in, and there's no predator involved, and you're
it's
like,
not.
all right,
It's
well,
not 30 minutes in.
35 minutes.
No,
in.
it's like 45 minutes in. She's like been separated from
There's
the
an
crew
hour
out
left, or
there.
whatever.
Yeah, but like that's when you got to do that. You can't have it like an hour and 15 minutes in. You're setting up for the fight sequence at the end with her getting trapped in the mud.
Whatever, whatever.
That was the best part of the whole movie, and here you are talking shit about it.
I don't think that was the best part of the movie.
That was
I liked
the
her dog. She had a nice, cute little
MVP,
dog.
the mud.
No, MVP's her. She's got to be the MVP.
No,
if you watch this movie, imagine D-Trade comes on here and says MVP the mud when the clear MVP is this Mid Thunder. That'd be crazy.
Nah, Mid Thunder's the MVP for sure, man. She's gonna have a big career off of this one. Like I haven't been so sure about this since like I saw Florence Pugh in Midsummer. Or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Did you see Did you say Midsummer or Midsommar?
Midsommar.
Yeah. Did you see that before or after Fighting with My Family?
After, and I knew Pugh was good in Fighting with My Family, but that was the first thing I ever saw Pugh in because I remember the whole time I was watching that movie, I thought she was a different actress. Like there was this show at the time called The Gifted, which was like an X-Men verse show. And one of the leads of it was this hot blonde girl named Natalie Allen Lind. And now she can't really act. She's just like a hot blonde girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw Fighting with My Family and she's doing like a perfect British accent, I was like, holy shit. Like, why isn't she this good on that show? And then I finished the movie and I looked up. I was like, oh, the whole time it wasn't her. It was this other actress I never heard of. And so then I was like, I guess I'm a fan of her. And
What
I
about
am.
you're not as high on Jenna Ortega? You don't like her as much?
She's not in the same league, man. Like Jenna
wow.
Ortega's gonna settle down. She'll be like a good TV actor.
Look at you.
I bet you she'll get like a streaming service show that she's the lead of that's successful. I like Jenna Ortega. I think she's gonna be successful. But Amber Midthunder is gonna be starring in movies for a long time, gang.
Well, I like it.
Yeah,
I like
do
her
too.
Yeah,
I
I
do too.
I liked her a lot. She sort of looks kind of like Aubrey Plaza kind of sometimes.
Yeah,
which I
well,
obviously like.
Aubrey Plaza's also in Legion, and they leaned into that.
Oh,
That was-
really? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, no idea. You ever see the movie Legion
Yeah.
with Vision? What's that guy's name?
Oh, he's like an angel. Is
He's
that
an
right?
angel. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No,
You
is
gotta
that
watch
good?
that. No, it's not good.
Should I do a double feature of that and Immortals?
Sure. It's got Dennis Quaid. It's okay.
He's in that Angel movie?
Yeah, he's in it. They're like all trapped in some store together and like
Are
some
they?
evil
I had
people.
no idea that's what that movie was
Yeah,
about.
Maybe watch it.
They're trapped in a store. I'll watch
like
a movie
a
about people
diner,
trapped in a
maybe.
store.
Yeah, it's like a diner that Dennis Quaid owns or something.
Sounds
Something
great.
like that. Yeah, watch it. Is
I'm
Betty
looking
White
it
in
up.
it? Maybe it's not Betty White. Maybe it's just an old lady.
I'm
But there's
looking
like
it
a
up.
crazy scene where she turns into a vampire. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
But it's cool.
It's not Betty White. What a cast! Look at this. Not only Bettany and Dennis Quaid are the worst of the cast,
Wow.
because after that, Lucas Black, What's Drift.
Yeah. He's his son. He's Dennis Quaid's kid.
Yeah, his character's name is Jeep.
Wow, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, you got Kate Walsh from Grey's Anatomy. You've got
Yes.
Tyrese, the great Tyrese.
Holy cow, this cast.
You've got Adrian Palicki from Friday Night Lights, Willa Holland from The OC, and Charles S. Dutton. I mean, come on.
Wow.
I think I got to watch this.
Add it to your list right now.
Yeah.
You know what? So I sort of have one problem. I mean, a few problems. But at one point, she's fighting. There's like an action scene where they fight a lion. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, it's just too much. Yeah, and she's like in a tree.
She's in a tree. She gets knocked out, right? And then she wakes up at home, and her mom's like, "Oh, your brother brought you back."
Yeah.
And then the brother goes back. So the brother picks, there's a lion right there. She falls out of the tree, gets knocked out. The brother picks her up, takes her home, goes back out, and kills the lion. That
Yeah.
didn't make much sense to me at all.
And she's got the nerve after that to want to go back out into the hunt. I'd be like, yo, my brother just carried me all the way back. Like, it must have been miles.
She's got the determination, D-Train.
No,
the
she
hunter
really
drive.
does. She does, yeah. And the Predator can really see that in her.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, wait,
he's
so
scouting.
So I don't think this is like the best Predator. I think this is just like a random Predator, but there are like a bunch of Predators that are hunters, and this guy is back then. I don't believe that this is like the same Predator who like comes in for Schwarzenegger.
Well, they kill it. Don't
Well,
they always kill it? So it's multiple predators, like yeah. But is this the best at the time?
I'm not sure because I don't know
Like,
that. Like,
this is Bill Russell. Then we get Jordan, like when Schwarzenegger's
I
around.
don't know that the Predators are perceiving humanity as being this like incredible hunter force. Let's send out our best guy. I just think like it's literally. I think these Predators are just like rich big game hunters. Like they're all just politicians. They've got like a lot of money. He's like, we just discovered this new race of humans. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can find the best hunter.
Wow, I never really thought about that.
Yeah,
It's like a real class, like a real comment on class.
well, it is because like he's also wearing like the skull of one of these little creatures from Predators in this movie.
What? No, doesn't he wear the skull of that wolf that he kills?
No, but he shows up on Earth with a skull already.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he definitely pulls that wolf's head off and by the spinal cord and add it to his collection or whatever. But like when he first comes down, he's got a fucking bone mask over his face.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I thought he killed it, took the skull, and then put that on his face.
No, man, he's got like an alien skull on him, and it's from like his home planet. We see these creatures in Predators. And it seems to me that world really does have a sort of class dynamic that they were trying to set up in that movie. But, you know, we've only seen it in one movie.
Yeah. Can I bring another action scene that I was sort of into?
Please do, yeah. It's not better than The Mud, but go ahead.
Where she sees the bear, and she's trying to shoot the bear, and then the bear starts running after her.
Another fucking CGI animal.
Yeah, it's not good. But the bear like corners them at one point, and you're like, "Oh shit, the bear's gonna kill them!" Like, how are they gonna escape this? They're cornered by the bear. Like, the bear's gonna kill them, obviously. Come on. And then the dog, she has a cool dog with her. The dog takes off, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool." So the dog's gonna run, chase it away. That's good. Now that's how they get out of this. And then the dog comes back, and then she gets trapped in the thing, and then he fights the predator. I thought that was all pretty good.
Yeah, and it ends with the bear giving them both Italian meat sandwiches.
No, what's that?
That's a reference to the show The Bear on Hulu.
That's good. That's good. That's
Thanks,
good.
bro.
I didn't think about that. They do the line, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, well, that's from the original. There are a couple of lines from the original.
Oh, really? That's the only one I noticed.
I wish I wrote them down. I didn't take any notes, but yeah, I noticed a few callbacks.
Really? That sort of bugs me because that line makes sense. Because like every iteration of the Predator, you'll get that moment where like you and your buddy are like, how do we defeat this guy? And then you're like, well, it did bleed, so we know that it can die. Like, you feel like that does happen every time the Predator's around. But the
Yeah.
other references, I guess, probably wouldn't happen.
The only one they couldn't reference was getting the chopper because they hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah, they didn't do that one. That would have been a little overkill.
Yeah, it's true.
Did this Predator have like extra gadgets that he doesn't have in the future, by the way?
No, I feel like he was missing some gadgets. Like usually
Really?
the Predator's got that thing on his shoulder where he like shoots you down. He didn't have that in this one.
But in this one, he has like
He had a little blaster
bombs.
gun.
he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
a
he had a-
shield at one point. Remember
yeah,
that?
but I think all the Predators have that. Maybe not the shield thing, but those bombs, I feel like they do.
That
have.
shield, I was way into that shield.
Yeah. Aren't Predators usually more about like skinning things and putting them up in trees?
Yeah, he does skin the snake, but he doesn't really put it up in the tree.
Yeah, man, put it up higher, bro.
Yeah, don't leave it on the ground. It's way
Yeah.
scarier if it's up in the tree because you're
Yeah.
like, how to get up in the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you like when we meet the like? So like the first half is like it kills all of her people in her tribe, and then the second half it like kills all the French guys. Did you like those guys?
Well, the people in the tribe it was just like the hunters, right? Like everybody else
Right,
just
right.
stayed back at base camp or whatever. It's not like she's the only surviving Comanche or something. But yeah, all the hunters die except for her and her brother. And then yeah, we meet a sort of French fur trappers, I guess.
Sure.
No, I didn't like them. They just seemed like cannon fodder, red shirts. Like we need more things for the Predator to kill so that he doesn't kill Amber Midthunder.
Yeah, they're like this is an hour 10 minutes. What the hell? How do we do this? We got to get an hour
I mean,
30 at least.
it's an incredibly simple movie.
Yes, but it's sort of
And I'm not complaining about that. Because,
Predator
like,
is a simple movie.
a lot of big action movies have gotten way too complicated. You know, I'm constantly complaining about like universe saving stakes on the show and shit like that. So like that's not a complaint that it's a small movie. It's just that it's kind of just a through line. Like this is a movie about Amber Midthunder sort of tromping through the jungle and like she and the Predator hunting each other. It's just like the most dangerous game, but with a Predator, and everybody else is just red shirts.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you have-
one-on-one basically. You don't have to think about anybody else.
Did you? But I mean, Predator is like really simple. Like I
Yeah,
have no
I
problem
know
with
that.
how
But
simple it
like,
is.
but the thing is, like, Predator has like inventions they can use, like lowering the body temperature with the mud and shit like that.
Well, she has like medicine that she puts on people that lowers.
Right, but it's basically what he did, a different variation of what Schwarzenegger did in the first movie. Ultimately, that's the problem with franchises. Like the first movie, yes, it's simple, but it's doing things we haven't seen in a movie before. Now we're making an equally simple movie, but doing a lot of the same shit we already saw.
Yes, ultimately these are movies.
The reason
that you...
people the reason people like it so much is it takes place in the 1700s. That's the difference. That's what makes it interesting.
But that's the whole thing, though. You're gonna
Yeah.
take away like the whole thing about the movie?
No. It was really smart, but like it's pulling the wool over your eyes. Like it's no less derivative of any other Predator movie that's been made or any other franchise movie that's been made. It's just that they found a setting to differentiate it.
And you're-
good on
and you don't-
them.
Okay, so you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounded like you were not okay with that.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying like
Because they have to do something ultimately. Like if you,
You
know?
have to do something, and they did something well done. I'm just saying, ultimately, it's not that impressive a movie.
okay. But the impressive stuff to me is like the coming of age stuff, like, and she shows the whole thing that like ties it all together. I think that like that was really good was at the end where she shows up with the Predator, or at least the head of the Predator, and her mom sees her, and obviously her mom's glad that she's back, but she sort of gives like a look like, damn, like now my daughter's back and I doubted her, and now like we're gonna have to talk about like, now I did it, mom, now
You
what?
read all that into that fucking shot? I didn't.
Yeah, she sort of gives a look like, oh, my daughter, but then she like is like, oh man, like I doubted my daughter, and now she's that's like what brings it all together. It's like, fuck yeah, she did it, and now she's like gonna prove her mom wrong. Hell yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I
come
guess
on.
so. For me though, like this movie is primarily an Amber Midthunder Star Maker system.
Listen, it worked.
That's all it is, and it fucking worked. They nailed it. You know what? It actually reminds me a little bit of when I first saw Ana de Armas in I'd never seen her before Blade Runner 2049. And I remember seeing her in that movie, and I'm like, she doesn't do anything that impressive in that movie. She just had like a presence where I was like, I think I even said on the Blade Runner 2049 episode, which I didn't review that positively.
Yeah.
I was like, she's clearly a fucking star.
I saw her. I saw her in Knock Knock. I saw that before Blade Runner.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I
was
saw
like,
that
"Ooh."
afterward.
Yeah,
Well,
she's got it.
she fucking does have it in that movie, man. I would have known if I'd seen it. But anyway, like, it's just, I mean, that's the takeaway here is, Prey equals MVP Amber Midthunder.
Yes, I agree. Did you have a favorite death at all? Anything that stood out?
No, what were yours?
I like the one where the guy is it's like the one, so like the whole movie, like she's being doubted by everybody. She sort of meets one guy who speaks English, and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be like her new friend, like somebody who she actually gets along
that's
with.
something we didn't even talk about, the language.
Right. Like how they all speak French.
Yeah, sorry, go on. I'll explain it.
Well, the one guy who like is like a translator, he speaks English, and you think like that's gonna be her new friend, but then he like pops up later, and his leg is hurt or whatever, and she puts the stuff on him to cool down his temperature, and so he's playing dead, which didn't make sense because she didn't tell him to play dead. He played dead on his own. But anyway, so he's playing dead. The predator steps on his leg. He screams, and then the predator kills him. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's good. So I did want to bring up the language thing because I thought that was a compelling part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the English language version?
What do you mean? I watched. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
So.
I did too. But there's another cut of the movie. So they do a thing where, like, realistically, everybody should be speaking Comanche, except for the French guys who should be speaking French.
Yes, that's a great point.
Okay, but everyone in practice mostly speaks English. And what they're doing here is something Hollywood has done forever, starting with the first time I can remember seeing is The Hunt for Red October, but they also did in Valkyrie with Tom Cruise, is they like acknowledge that's not the language that should be spoken by like having them speak more Comanche at the beginning of the movie and then sort of transition into English. But that doesn't really happen in the other cut of the movie because they evidently, it's on Hulu, available to watch. I chose the English language version because I'm a Philistine. But you can watch this movie entirely in Comanche. They filmed everything in Comanche. All the actors learned all the dialogue in Comanche. Yeah.
Midthunder, give her the Oscar.
Give her the fuck. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, what a star she is.
Is she better than Joey King in Bullet Train or no?
Well, nothing's better than Bullet Train. Bullet Train's the greatest movie ever made. But Logan, Joey King's fucking outfit in Bullet Train knocked me off my feet.
I haven't even seen like a.
I couldn't even
the trailer. Really.
I felt like I. You know,
it's
when
too
you
much.
Like, you know, when you like fall down from a large height and like it takes you a while to catch your breath. That's what it felt like when she first showed up on screen. You know, I felt like I'd fallen off the rope in gym class or something.
Oh my God.
So good. Yeah, Bullet Train. Incredible. Check it out.
I give it. I don't know what I give it. It's between a 3. I really don't know. This is a tough to grade, I think. It's between a 3 and a 4. I think I do like this more than 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, I just don't. For me, it's definite. For me, it's definitely a 3, but I see what people are seeing when they go 4.
I'll go 3 too. It's too long. The CGI really bothers me. Like seeing all the animals randomly get killed by the predator.
I didn't think it was too long. The CGI bothered me, but the length felt fine for me.
Maybe it's not the length. Maybe it's just slow a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, the CGI animals randomly I wasn't that into. But she's great. She's really great.
Yeah. Who's your LVP?
Oh,
that Mohawk guy.
Yeah,
you hated
Mohawk.
that guy.
Yeah, I didn't like the Mohawk guy.
I'll go with the French guys, I guess.
All of them?
Whatever the main one was, whatever.
Is there a main one? There's like one fat one that she gets killed by the predator at one point, right? That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't hate that because it was always fun seeing a fat guy die.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so will we see more Predators? Dan Trachtenberg,
so.
He's gone on record saying
Put
they've
them
got
everywhere.
they've got ideas for the franchise. I believe he's going to be put in charge now. He's going to be like the Zack Snyder of the Predator franchise. They haven't announced this yet, but he brought them Prey. This is the most eyes this franchise has had on it in probably decades.
For sure.
I say just make him the guy,
and he must like it, like because it is.
He
weird.
went in and pitched it himself. It was his idea,
and he has never done anything else. Like this guy could, like he did 10 Cloverfield Lane and then nothing else. Like that's weird to me.
He pursued this movie to be his follow-up.
Yeah, there's something has to be with this franchise. So
so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with
Especially
it. I think
if he's passionate about it.
I think this is the way forward. Timelines. Let's do more of that.
Put him on a pirate ship. Put him like
put him on a. That's a great idea. I wouldn't have even thought of that.
But the thing about this movie too is like they take away guns, which is cool. I guess the French.
Well, there's a musket.
Yeah, they have muskets, but that's another thing with pirate ships is they'd have slower guns.
Yeah,
but there was Predator. You can have fast guns.
There was a cute scene where like a dude showed her like how to shoot a musket, and it was this like really long, drawn out process. And at the end of it, he's like, "See, really simple."
Yeah, but she doesn't even learn how to do it.
Yeah, I know.